Today's drama is very lovely, and I enjoyed making it a lot. The story begins with Taeyeon, a simple girl who loves composing music. Her parents were dead, and she doesn't have family, but she owns a big house that her father had left her. Her friend, Shia, called her, and told her that she left her a ticket for her favorite singer party. Taeyeon was very happy and she ran to the place of the party. When she goes she finds a crowd of people, so she thinks that is the place of the party. But she didn't know it's a location for Z, the famous singer. Taeyeon didn't know Z, so she sneaked to the place he stands, thinks it'll better to see the singer she loves. But when Z saw her, the guards thought that Taeyeon is one of his fans, so they kicked her out of the location, and there, she glances a poster of the party, and discovers that it was last week. Taeyeon was very angry at her friend who deceived her. Then, she heard the field cricket sound. She took out her sound recorder, and started recording, but Z was that time making a call at the same place. Z thought that Taeyeon is a Sosang fan, who wants to spy on him, so he went to her, and took her recorder and leaves. After some days we see Z who is shooting a pranks TV show, and he was disguised as a taxi driver, but to his bad luck Taeyeon was his first customer. When Taeyeon discovered his identity, she yelled at him, and started hit him, so they had a car accident. Taeyeon went to hospital with Z, who was injured. There, they quarrel, cause Z thought she is chasing him. Taeyeon told him that she didn't even know who he was, but she wants her recorder as it's a gift from her dead father. Z throw it to the ground with other stuff, but Taeyeon found it broken, and she was so sad. In the evening Z was in front of Taeyeon's house, and was happy that he bought a new house instead of staying in a hotel. Z went in the house, and Taeyeon was in her room, but she heard a noise. She went quickly to see Z there. She thought that he was a thief, so she started hitting him, but she discovered that he was Z. Z was shocked that he thought she followed him home, but Taeyeon told him it's her house, and she kicked him out. And as Z doesn't have any pals to go, he stayed outside, but it started to rain. He knocked on the door telling her it's raining, but she was asleep, so Z went to stay at the doghouse. When Taeyeon went out in the morning she saw him there, and he was very ill. She took him in and made him some food. At that time we see Z's business manager Tavani, who told Taeyeon that Z bought that house from a girl named Shia, who is Taeyeon's friend. She was shocked when she saw the contract. And we discover that one day, Taeyeon was with Shia and she was drunk, so Shia made her sign the house sale contract, because she needs the money. Taeyeon was mad at her friend and she went to her house again, and told Z that she forgot important stuff in. When Z let her in, she offered him to work for him as song composer, and in return he gives her her house back, as she doesn't have any other place to go. But Z refuses and kicks her out, but she was hiding another copy of the key in the garden, and she enters the house when Z goes out. And when he returned home, he found her asleep. Z waked her up, and told her to leave, but she threatened him with pictures for him in the doghouse. Z was angry and tried to take her phone, but some reporters were taking pictures of them. And news spread that Z has a new girlfriend, and when Taeyeon saw the video she went to Z and told him that she was exposed because of him. But Z told her it's not his fault that she comes to his house. Taeyeon, then, saw the list of guests of Z's party, and knew that her favorite singer will be there. She begged him to take her to the party with him, but he refused. But she knew the party place, and she went there. She couldn't get in as she doesn't have an invitation. But a young man saw her, and helped her get in. Then Taeyeon saw her favorite singer. She went to him to have his signature and he did. Then we see Z who was with his father who works as a doctor, and his assistant Sho, who helped Taeyeon, and works as a doctor too. At this moment we discover that Z doesn't love his father who treats him badly because he refused to be a doctor like him. His father introduced him to a girl whom he wants him to marry. Then Z left his parents. He saw Taeyeon and went to her in anger to ask what she is doing here, but she told him to leave her alone, and she didn't come with him at first. Z left her and went to speak to the reporters. They asked him about the rumors about him and Taeyeon, and he wanted to get rid of his father's controls, so he went to Taeyeon, and hold her hand telling everyone that she is his fiancée. Taeyeon was shocked and she left him. Next day Tavani, Z's business manager, went to her and told her to fake their marriage, to save Z's reputation. At beginning Taeyeon refused, but Tavani told her that they will give her house back, so Taeyeon accepts. Taeyeon went to him next day, and gave him a contract to sign, which contains their agreement. One day Taeyeon was with Z in the car, but they quarrel, and he tells her to get out, and leaves her. But she forget her phone and handbag in the car. Sho sees Taeyeon in the street, so he delivered her home. But Z went back to Taeyeon, but he doesn't find her. He searched for her but to no avail. And when he went home he saw a news about a kidnapped girls at the same city they was in. He was very worried about Taeyeon, and went out again to search for her, but he couldn't find her. But he told himself that she will sure come to the wedding next day, and indeed she did. And they went to their honeymoon, and they pretended to be a happy couple. And when they came back, Z tested Taeyeon in music, and he discovered that she is very skilled. Then a composing company called Taeyeon to work with them. Taeyeon was very happy, but she discovered that they just want her husband to make them advertising. Taeyeon was upset and sad. She called Z to come take her home, but he told her that he has work with Tavani. Taeyeon went home alone and waited for him all night. When Z came back she blamed him for being late, but he told her that she is not his real wife. Taeyeon was sad and next day, she went to her favorite music store, and there, she met Sho, who invited her to have dinner. But Z was there, and we discover that he is the owner of the restaurant. He felt jealous, and went sit with them. Then he took Taeyeon home, but she told him they are not really married. He wanted to reconcile her, so he started chasing her, and infuriates her. And in her birthday, Z bought her a present and was with her friends to celebrate her birthday, but Sho called her and told her that he prepared a meeting with one of the famous music producer, who is his friend, and Taeyeon goes with him without knowing about the birthday party. When Z knew, he was very angry that he thought she went on a date with Sho. When Taeyeon goes back home, Z yells at her angrily for being with Sho, but Taeyeon told him that she was in a job appointment, and she will work with a famous music producer. Z calmed down and felt happy for her. Then he took her to an ice rink, and they had a nice time together. And there, he told her happy birthday. Time passes and we see Z with Taeyeon teaching her riding bikes. Tavani saw them, so she went to Z and asked about his feelings towards Taeyeon, and she deliberated to hug him in front of her to tease her. And when Taeyeon saw them, she felt jealous and she went with the bike, but she fall down and hit her head. Z hurried to her and carried her to the hospital quickly, and Sho was the doctor, who told them that she had amnesia. Z's family tried to make her remember them, but she couldn't, so Z decided not to tell her about the contract, because if she knew, her health will deteriorate as she doesn't have a family. And he took her home, but he remembered that their marriage contract was at the house, so Z took it to Tavani, and told her to keep it with her. But Tavani, whom we discover she loves Z, went to her and gave her the contract. Then Taeyeon told Z, when she saw the contract, that she probably forced him to marry her, as a famous singer like him can't like a simple girl like her. Z laughed at her, and didn't tell her the truth. Day passes and Z took Taeyeon to one of his work locations, and that was the first place in which they met. And Taeyeon remembers everything again, and she accused Z of exploiting her the previous days, but he told her that he felt pity for her, and wanted to help her. Then their relationship came back to normal, but this time, Z had fallen for her. He prepared for them a romantic dinner, and told her that he wants to stay with her, as his family loved her, but she told him that they should divorce before they get used to her more. So Z felt sad and upset and left her. But next day, his family invited them to dinner, and there, Z's mother gave Taeyeon the family's bracelet for being Z's wife. Taeyeon felt sad to leave the ones whom she considered her family, and she went to cry in the bathroom. Z went after her and felt guilty. After that, Taeyeon went to her home and Z was drunk. He told her that he doesn't want to leave her, but Taeyeon was happy that she knew he loves her, and told him that she won't leave him. But one day he saw a picture of her with Sho, and he yelled at her and hurt her feelings, so she slapped him on face, and left the house. He tried to find her for many days. And indeed he found her, and apologized for what he did, and he brought her home again. Then he gave her an invitation to his party, and told her to come with his family. She took an invitation for his father. He told her that he'll not come, but she told him that she'll persuade him. And indeed his father goes, and Z sings a song especially for him, and another one especially for Taeyeon. But Taeyeon were too late for the party, but she watched it on TV, and felt so happy for him. But unfortunately the press knew about the contract between Z and Taeyeon, and that they were lying, and companies began to end up their work with Z. So Tavani went to Taeyeon, and told her that she can rescue Z, if only she told the press that she was the one who did all that, to make Z give her the house. Indeed Taeyeon did, and left a message to Z, that she loved him, but she didn't want to harm him anymore. And she disappeared completely. When Z knew that, he blamed Tavani for doing this, and he came out at a press conference, and told them the whole truth, and that he loves Taeyeon, and his fans were proud of his honesty, and everything went back to normal. And Z started searching for Taeyeon, but no one knew her place. But after a whole year of searching, Z finally managed to find her. He confessed his love for her, and they really got married. This is all for today's drama. If you like it, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. And you can also watch this video, you gonna like it.